In for the Night is a podcast that discusses movies, random topics, and gives you an excuse to just stay in for the night. Wow.
There it goes.
That was good.
What was that, like the fifth take?
Yeah, I accidentally deleted the first part of our episode. We usually just like record through and then edit as we go. But yeah, I fucked up. So this is the third.
I mean, we're human. It happens.
Their third take, and that was like the better one. So you guys won.
Yeah,
y'all are
got
winners.
the best one.
But here's our episode. That's funny. But
I am not reading the synopsis today.
So I have to do everything. Okay.
Yeah.
So how was your week?
No, I'll read it.
How was your week?
It's been rough. It's been rough, and it's only rough because it's my fault. Well, partially. So I started working out again. Yay!
Oh yeah, look at you
Round of applause.
I love it when people do that. That's so funny.
Round of applause. I finally started working out again today, and I actually was excited to work out, and I still am excited to work out. I got to keep my girlish figure, and it's been rough because I'm working my 7 days this week, so I got doubles, and I get home and I go straight to the gym, and then I come back, and wifey thought of this brilliant idea, which is, I'm legit saying a brilliant idea. Is she made a list like each, day to clean something. So I told her yesterday that I would do the vacuuming downstairs and the stairs. So I did that when I got back after the gym. And then I was like, all right, it's about 10 something. I'm going to have me time now. So then I played video games. It's like fucking 12:30. And I had to be up by 6. So, and then yesterday, was it yesterday? Yesterday or day before yesterday, I played video games as well and only had like another 4 or 5 hours of sleep. So it's my fault, but I just like video games, and I got to do my chores, so, I got to do it after.
The thing is, you volunteered for the chore, and I was going to let you do it. He's just playing with his thing. So if you hear noises, it's just Arrow chewing on his
We have our dogs in here with us,
lobster.
and we're just making sure our puppy does not. That's kind of a gross story, but he's been eating his toys, so let's just say that, and he threw one up the other day. It was like the arm of one of his monkey toys.
But the funny thing is, he doesn't chew up Lammy.
No, he doesn't. That's the one. I mean, that's been his
mom, because it has a heartbeat. Because when he was a puppy, he was a puppy. Like, he was taken away from his mom too soon.
He was left to die.
Which was super sad. My sister rescued him. So my sister's a saint. Because she's allergic. Like, her and my mom are allergic to animal fur.
Pit bully fur.
No, just in general animal fur. My sister has 2 hypoallergenic dogs, and I don't know what to call them. Like, one looks like a fucking Ewok, and the other one looks weird. He scares me.
Poodle.
His eyes are evil, and he has long legs.
But he's such a sweetheart, though. I'm glad she got him fixed finally.
But they're both really nice. It's not saying anything, but it's just funny. And so she found these 8 puppies, I think, total. 8 or 9, something like that. And so she was just trying to find them homes because they're puppies. Like, you don't just leave them on the side of the road. But apparently these assholes who did it. If you are a person who abuses animals and leaves them on the side of the road, please call me. I'm going to come and beat your ass.
Yeah, that's just rough. Like, get your dogs spayed and neutered. Don't let them have puppies and then just leave them to die. It's kind of rough. But
so we're an only rescue family.
We are.
Even though you want like King Corsos and bullshit.
I know, but those are expensive dogs, and I would never pay that much money for a dog when I could just rescue one from getting killed in like a week. Because one of our dogs, I think Fifi was planned to get put down at some point.
No, she just arrived at the.
Oh yeah, she was only there for like a day or two. That's right.
She was only there for a couple days. Lala was the one that was going to
get fostered for a little bit.
Yeah, she got fostered for a little bit, but she arrived back.
But Lala was about to get put down, but then they found a shelter, a no-kill shelter in North Dakota or South Dakota,
Minnesota,
one of those cold areas, and so we ended up taking her in. So. Yeah, but anyway, just if you hear stuff in the background, it's the dogs. And one of them is being Psycho, the puppy. He just wants to keep playing. Because 2 hours is like his bedtime. But yeah, so my week has been tiring and working and fun and podcasty time.
But I like the podcasty time. I look forward to this.
I mean, I get to sit down, relax, and chit-chat. I'm not doing anything and watch them. I'm not doing anything. But how was your week?
I was like, are you going to ask about my week or are you just
No.
selfish?
All right, can we go with the synopsis?
Fuck you. Just a side story. So instead of flipping people off when I drive, I just like do the shrug emoji kind of thing. And I like mouth, fuck me, right? Because flipping people off is the common like thing.
That's what they're looking for you to do.
And I'm just like, fuck me, right? Because it's just if you get cut off or the people are assholes or just do shitty things. Like flipping people off, honking doesn't do anything. It just riles them up. But I'm just like, no, I'm just a terrible person. You can just screw me over. It's great.
Like the person downtown that...
oh my God, that was hilarious.
They were probably 5 feet in front of me and they turned left from like an oncoming street, turned left in front of me. And I turned to look at them and I'm just like, and then they blow me a kiss. They're like,
he keeps on telling you, just speed up and hit him because it'd be their fault. But I'm like, at the same rate, you could have done that to them.
But it was, I was going slow anyway. They had enough time to go technically, but
you had to slam on your brakes to avoid it.
I didn't slam. It was like I had to brake a little bit.
Anyway.
Otherwise, I probably would have hit like their rear tail light.
My week has been very busy.
How was your week, babe?
I don't know. I was explaining about how my week was, but cool.
I was just trying to ask.
Can I talk now?
Oh, yeah. How was your week?
I'm going to punch you.
Okay, go.
I don't know how to take you. So work is great. I mentioned last episode I got a promotion. Did I?
I don't know if you did.
Don't know. I got a promotion. Now, so. Okay, so technically today is my birthday when this is airing. This is like a few days before. So happy birthday to me. I'm old as hell. But I also got a promotion and I got like a miniature raise, but I think I'm going to get another raise coming up. So fingers crossed. If my boss is listening, just give me a raise. Just kidding. But
all the raises.
But it's just been really busy. Like I'm a person that I get a lot of shit done in a day, but I can't do that if I'm in back-to-back meetings. Like when I say back-to-back meetings, I'm meaning literally meetings from 9 to 5. Maybe 15, 20 minutes in between to eat food.
Well, if you weren't a manager, you wouldn't have meetings. So.
I don't it's just these couple weeks because we're working on OKRs and I don't. Anyway, if you know business lingo, OKRs, if you know that, they're the worst.
I don't.
It's an improvement plan.
You need improvement? Is that what you're saying?
The company needs improvement and how I'm involved in that. But anyway, so
important. Importante.
Only at work. Look at me being depressed.
Only at work.
But back-to-back meetings, and then I started my side job gig I used to do, and it's called Shipped. I really, really like it. It's just I go grocery shopping for people and pick up shit.
It's like Uber, but for groceries.
And it just gets me out of the house on the weekends because most of the time I'll just go to the gym or I'll stay at home all weekend and not do anything.
And
so
sleep all weekend.
I don't sleep. I like how you think I sleep. I'll stay up until 1 or 2 in the morning, and then I'll wake up at 6:30.
You do not wake up at 6:30.
I do. I go pee, and then I look at the clock, and then I start thinking, and then I just
then you shouldn't do that. You should just go pee, go back to bed.
In a
you
perfect
mess
world.
up when you look at your phone. That you start getting your brain moving.
My brain is consistently moving.
Well, it shouldn't.
So you want me to be a vegetable? Great times.
Not a vegetable, but let it rest sometimes. Jesus.
It can't.
Your brain can't?
No, I was talking to somebody about if I actually did coke, and they'd be like, I think you'd be unstoppable. And I'm like, I'd probably be like the Juggernaut from
that would be a little bit scary.
X-Men.
I wouldn't know how to deal with you.
I'd be like, I cleaned the whole house, and it's spotless, and it's going ding, ding.
You've cleaned it 3 times.
And that's not even on coke.
No, if you were on coke, you would clean it 3 times. You clean it once, and nah, do it again.
And then I refurbish, remodel our bathroom in a span of 12 hours.
Come back, what? The whole house looks
Hey, look what I did.
You need to go to the hospital.
Or do everything else.
Or I can clean again.
Nibble candies.
Candles. I need candles.
Why does it smell weird? Oh, that's just the meshing of the candles that I have lit all over the house.
All over the house.
Babe, I just spent $500 at Bed Bath & Beyond or Bath & Body Works, and I just bought a shit ton of candles. They're all lit.
We have candles for years.
Babe, why is it so hot in here?
It's like
400 candles are lit simultaneously.
It's like 50 degree on the thermostat. It's like 80 degrees in the house.
You know, that's actually funny that you brought that up. A couple days ago, I was walking to the bathroom and I was chilly. And I looked at the thermostat and it was at 50.
Are you sure you're reading it right?
It was turned all the way down. Like all the way down.
Someone must have bumped into it.
You must have.
Not me. I don't walk over there at night.
I don't walk over there at night either because I go to bed when it's still daylight.
And yeah, maybe the dogs are in your way and you're wearing that sweater and you just like, boop. Because that would make sense. It would turn it this way. So you had to be walking to the bedroom.
You had to be walking to the bedroom. All right. So we watched the movie Passengers. I just cut you. You just want to say that.
I do.
Synopsis?
Synopsi.
There we go. Or penis?
Peni.
There we go.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Oh, what? Bill Nye the Science Guy.
You did that completely wrong.
You did it wrong.
Have you ever seen it? Have you ever seen it?
Have you? Because you literally don't know science.
I do know science.
What do you know?
You got to ask me something. I don't know. What am I just going to name something?
Name science.
Science?
Wow. All right, this is what happens. We're both sleep deprived. All right,
Hi,
so
Fifi.
welcome to our world. So he does. Do you want to read it?
I'll read it. I'm probably gonna fuck it up. At least I can at least read that, and you can.
There's a lot of hard words, so just,
oh my god! Of course, there's a lot of hard words.
Just sit back, people. Watch them struggle.
This is gonna be terrible.
Awesome.
All right, so the name of the movie.
Are we just gonna fuck up everything?
Possibly. The name of the movie is Passengers. It got a 7 out of 10 on IMDb, 30% Rotten Potatoes. I did that one on purpose. I was like,
are you sure? Because you're giggling.
Because we said we're going to start saying potatoes now. So I said potatoes.
I don't understand why is it.
And then 41% on Metacritic. It got, 83% like this movie out of Google users. So, to the synopsis. On a routine journey through space to a new home, two passengers sleeping in suspended animation are awakened 90 years too early when their ship malfunctions. As Jim and Aurora face living the rest of their lives on board with every luxury they could ever ask for, which is dope as fuck, they begin to fall for each other, unable to deny their intense attraction until they discover the ship is in grave danger. With the lives of 5,000 sleeping passengers at stake, technically that's not right because they're part of the passengers.
4,998.
Bam. Ships in grave danger. With 5,000 sleeping passengers at stake, only Jim and Aurora can save them all.
Are you impressed with my math skills?
You just had a -2.
You know what? That was hard.
Initial release is December 14, 2016. Director Morten Tyldum. That's a weird last name, but kind of cool though, because Tyl. It's like almost like my name and then dumb.
Dumb.
D-U-M.
Dumb. Tyldum.
That's what I said. Tyldum. All right, starring Jennifer Lawrence, Chris Pratt, Michael Sheen, Lawrence Fishburne, and Andy Garcia. Budget was 110 to 150 million. I wonder how much they made.
A lot. That was a good movie, though.
It was actually a good movie. So the funny thing, I think I said this last time already. So I didn't even know about this movie until I was watching some like little making each other laugh thing between Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt.
We're gonna do that.
Like, what the fuck is this? And then I asked wifey, I was like, babe, have you seen Passengers? She's like, oh yeah, it's a great movie. I'm like, and you couldn't fucking tell me about this movie?
I don't know why I have to tell you about everything, though. Anyway, we're going to do that one of these days for Patreon, where we're going to do, like, maybe weekly, try to make me laugh. things. I think that's going to be real funny, and I know we're not going to last at all anytime.
I'm going to last forever because I don't laugh at anything.
Okay, Giggles McGee.
Giggles McGee. Oh my God, no.
He doesn't like when I laugh like a creepy.
That's like, that reminds me of if you're watching, what is that? Our dogs are playing in the background. If you're watching Annabelle and the doll comes around a corner and it sticks its head and it does what? Yeah, fuck that. Like, I'm out. I am gone. I am never going back.
You would be the worst person to ever be in a horror movie. If we were if we were in a real horror situation, like anything creepy happened. Nope, fuck that shit. Nope. Bye, people. Love you. We'll never see you again. Hope you have a great afterlife. Bye.
Great afterlife.
That's how you would react. Actually, funny story of talking about paranormal. We're gonna loop back to the movie in a minute. Actually, Kristen Stewart is
haunted.
I don't probably. I'll ask her.
Vampire.
Guess what she's doing?
Vampire.
Fuck off, dude.
What?
She is.
Ooh, another Twilight.
I'm gonna throw something. She is. Can I finish? Can I fucking finish?
I didn't say anything.
Protein shake. Brofessor. Broton.
Protein shake, Brofessor. I like it. That was good.
That's what I call people at the gym because it's like I don't want to call them
protein shake.
Anyway, Kristen Stewart is getting a bunch of LGBTQ plus people together because they're doing a paranormal haunt. What is it? A ghost hunt TV show.
Really?
She's teaming up with Queer Eye, the producers from Queer Eye and all the other ones, to do this fucking new TV show. And I want to volunteer as the supporter.
Volunteer then.
Well, she wants only gay people or trans or lesbian. So, but I'm can I be a supporter and go? I will be your best friend.
I would still contact her just because.
Yo, honey.
All right, Lala.
I think you hot.
We're trying to record though.
I'm married, but I do you.
How do you?
Anyway, so I'm really excited. I might apply, or everybody just tweet at Kirsten to hire me. Cause
there you go.
I would work with her. I like her. I like her as an actress. All right, moving on. Passengers. Dun, dun, dun. Chris Pratt. And
Jennifer Lawrence.
I was waiting. I was like. So we enter a spaceship, which is great. It's gorgeous.
Dope ass spaceship.
It's weirdly shaped, and I feel like that would be a problem.
I feel like that it has a shield in front of it, so a pretty strong shield.
I'm talking about the circular shape in living quarters and situations because it's wrapped around the little cylindricals. Mm-hmm. And if you look at the flooring, it's curved, which is fine. But I'm wondering how, since it's curved, they're living on the outside of it, right?
Yeah, the circular part, the part that's going around.
No. The circular part has it's a bracket thing, and then they're living on the outer side of it, so they have windows out to outer space, not into the mechanism. Okay, so
no, they didn't have windows to the outer space. The only place they had to see, they had to go to
Jennifer Lawrence had a view when Chris Pratt broke into that big suite. He had a view.
I think the gold members, so not all 5,000 passengers would have a view. Only
okay, so it's a cruise. You have the inner and then the outer.
Yeah.
Okay, but my question is, how are the rooms positioned? Because if you watch him, he's walking up like this, up a hill. So the rooms have to be in a weird position like that. Am I thinking too hard on that?
I think you're thinking too hard on it.
Probably. Okay.
They never actually show.
They showed him
They just showed him
walking down the hall, and then some of the halls go.
But, they obviously don't go all the way around, babe, because you would fall to your death. So I think it's just like a curvature in it. It's not actually walking around like a mouse wheel. It's not like that.
Okay. So anyway, we're in the spaceship, and my first question when watching this movie was the hibernation chambers. Okay, how do they do it?
What do you mean?
Because
how do they do it?
When Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence woke up, they literally shocked them awake. So, in essence, they were dead. Is true or not true?
Well, in hibernation, I'm pretty sure your heart is slowed down like majorly, because there's no point in having your heart beat at a normal rate. But I don't think they shocked them.
No, they shocked him because those little gold things went over his chest and it went. And then...
No, then maybe, unless it's just a shock to.
Shock to the heart.
I mean, I don't really know how.
Too late,
I don't know
darling,
how hibernation works. So
a bad name.
I don't know the song. I mean, I know it, but I don't know it. I just heard it a few times in my life.
So when I say bad name, you're supposed to say bad name as a repeat.
Okay, well, we're not doing it again.
Fine. Well, I enjoyed it. Fuck off, man. Anyway, so he technically died. Blah blah blah. We both laughed at the fact that after 129 years, he needs to get some rest. But ironically, it was only like 30 years.
Yeah, I know, right?
Even after 30 years of rest.
It's like when when you fly and you get jet lag. You know, you need to like kind of relax a bit.
So what time zone are they in now?
I know it's going to take 55 years for a fucking mail to get there and back.
Oh my God, that sucked.
I like how he sent it and he's like, all right, I think that's it. Done. He hit send. All right, that will take 19 years and it will take approximately 30 years for them to respond. So it'll be a total of 55 years.
No, I think it was 30 years to get there, 19 years to respond.
No, it was shorter to get there and longer to get back.
Oh.
If you don't believe me, you can watch the movie again. And then it was like 55 years, and it was like, that would be a total of $6,020 or some shit like that. That's just gotta suck.
Like, you want to send a letter home, and you
can't.
But the thing is, who are they sending it to? Because now it's like 30 years later, probably some people have died.
No, he was sending it to like the...
Oh, the customer service.
No, well, it was like the... What do you call it? Like, whatever that space companies, like... oh my God. What do you call like a freaking customer service building, but not customer service building? Headquarters, there we go. He was sending it to like the headquarters place.
Right.
So they would have someone. I mean, even in 30 years later, they should know who's on that ship flying. I mean, they should give them like a pass down.
I don't understand why it would take so long though.
Because they're sending it through space. They don't have
Wi-Fi. We
Wi-Fi.
get notifications from space stations across the universe.
I'm sure it doesn't come like instantly. I mean,
I'm sure it doesn't take 59 years.
Babe, they were also super far away. They're already 30 years
You're super far away.
Of course it's going to take some time.
You're going to take some time.
I have been. I'm 36, almost 37 times.
Old. Like that German guy had it right.
I didn't even ask him how old he was. But
he's probably like 35.
Yeah, right. Or 40.
Anyway. Okay, so Chris Pratt wakes up. Oh, yawny yawn. I'm weak.
Get shocked.
Shocked to the...
Oh my God.
Just kidding. I'm not going to do it again.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh God. Shit. Okay. So, first and foremost, if that was me waking up and I was the only one functioning, bunny ears functioning, I would kind of notice if nobody else was starting to get aroused. Oh, that came up.
Wow. So you want people getting aroused, babe. Or you just want 5,000 people to start
all
fucking?
All the tents.
Just all the pods just smashing, huh?
That would be gross.
You said it.
I didn't mean, like, woken up, aroused.
There you go with her. Arisen, that's better. But aroused means...
Arose.
Rock hard. Like steel. Peni of steel.
I'm just going to sit here and let you go. I don't know how to respond to that, dude.
Oh, that was great. Peni of steel.
I'm gonna write that down because that's cute.
That's its name now.
Yours?
Yeah.
I named it Jessica a while ago.
Oh, that's true. Jessica, I forgot.
Yes, I named Venus Jessica.
Jessica. But it's like a Valley Girl Jessica.
Like, yeah.
Like, I want to do it.
Right now.
Right?
I don't remember why I named it Jessica.
I don't know.
I just thought it was
You was like, I was like, babe, we would name it Jessica. It was like real quick too. It wasn't even a think about. It's like the first name that popped into your head.
Because he's a princess.
Jessica.
And it's such a white girl name.
It is.
If you're black and named Jessica, I'm sorry, but it's true.
I'm pretty. Oh, I could. Well, I don't think so. Maybe though.
To each their own. All right, so I would notice. Hello?
Can y'all calm down over there?
Excuse me.
We're trying to record here. Thanks.
And Fifi's like, you want to play too?
She's like, you want to play?
Oh, she's so inclusive. Okay. So I personally would notice. Would you notice if you were the only one waking up and you're
Well, yeah.
Would you?
I mean, he was. Well, I mean, not at first because he's like out of it, but maybe they are like dead and kind of have to. Because I was just thinking that I was like, how do they sit in that same position for like 120 years? Like that's.
And it's
you would be in so much pain.
Bubble wrap too.
Yeah, it wasn't. It didn't seem like it was on something soft. It seemed like it was like kind of a hard bed. So maybe they did.
Yeah, it was. Like... That's how they're getting aroused.
You just couldn't help it. Huh?
I really couldn't. You said they were like getting on a hard bed. So our dogs are around us, so we're just interacting with them. Please forgive us.
Oh yeah, sorry.
You're saying boop.
I'm like boop 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 boop. I completely forgot.
Anyway,
that's how I normally act. So.
Moving forward, Chris Pratt gets ready. He goes to bed, showers, wakes up the next day, and he's going to like orientation. And so he's getting dressed. And do you remember how you reacted to his dress wear?
When he was in the mirror with the jacket and the white shirt, and he's like,
"You put on the jacket and you took it off."
And then he took it off, and then he put it on his shoulder. I was like, "Hell no!"
You got really aggressive.
Hell no. He looked way better when he had the jacket on, and he puts it back on. So I was like, all right.
Hello. So he gets in the elevator, and I really throw something at you. Hey, be careful. Okay, sorry, everybody. Anyway, we have to make sure they don't like pull down the whole thing, or else we will sacrifice all our lives.
Right.
So in the elevator, I like how the voiceover is saying, there's going to be a momentary lapse of gravity. Except in a better British accent. Because when he was sitting in the British accent, and they're like, oh, please put on your belt and make sure you secure loose objects or whatever.
When they did that at first.
And then he was like, oh. I mean, that is like the Gravitron at the fair. You know how...
Those things are cool.
Definitely dangerous as fuck.
Or like the one that drops you and you hold a penny above you and it's like just hovers.
Did you know if you threw a penny off like the Sears Tower?
Yeah, it would kill someone.
Is it sad I want to try?
Is it sad I want to try?
Like somebody on death row, I'm just going to throw a penny at you from the Sears Tower. And just see
that'll be legit, yeah.
Empire State Building.
That'll be legit and just...
See how big of a dent that would put in their head.
I mean, if it lands like, what do you say, vertical, it wouldn't put a dent. It would just go through their head.
Oh, that's even cooler.
If it lands flat.
See how far it goes through their body. If I can get it right on, I'm aiming from miles ahead of. Wait, never mind. I'm over this.
I'm just letting you go.
I'm just like thinking through the murdering of somebody with a penny. Like,
Jesus.
That's who I am.
Jesus. You need to be like one of those people that are like working on death row.
I'd be really good at that.
You know, like Dwight. How hard would it be? You fucking
Dwight?
Flip switches.
I wonder how they choose who decided who got to be executed. I feel like I would do really well at that.
I mean, maybe you should apply for that job. That would relieve a lot of stress.
I think I would have a lot more fun with it than I should.
I don't think you should say that out loud, babe.
Oh.
We are recording.
Say what?
I think you should have seen her face. She was like stoked. She's like, I think I would have a lot more fun than I think I should.
I mean, if these are terrible people, why not?
I mean, not all of them. I mean, 90, probably 7% of them are.
Where they confess, there's evidence for it. I feel like I should be given the privilege of taking them out. My choice, my style.
Watch, like, you go there and you're like, and they change their whole thing. It's not like lethal injection anymore. It's like whatever you can come up with.
That's what I want to do.
Oh, my God.
I just had an idea. Like, get a steak and shove it through their eyeball.
Like in, what is that, law-abiding citizen, when he chopped the dude up in pieces and cut his balls off with a hacksaw and shit.
Some people deserve it.
I mean, it's true. That's very true.
So then, Chris Pratt, Jim, so he goes to orientation and he's like by himself and the instructor's talking over him and he's like, nobody's here. How are we? Anyway, moving on. And so then he kind of realizes that he's alone. So he's running around trying to check on everybody. Nobody's there. Everybody's asleep. And he kind of is alone. He goes to the bar. Arthur's there, who looks like a human.
Android.
I love Arthur. He's my favorite.
Even though I like how... Well, never mind. Keep going. I'll talk about that once we're done with this one.
And so he goes to the bartender and he says, thank God for bartenders. Or I said that. Or you said that. I said that. I was like, thank God for bartenders. At least he has a bartender, because if he was completely alone and had nobody to talk to, I feel like he would have snapped sooner.
Well, yeah, that's why he was probably able to last a year. But then he started... Hey, Arthur can only have limited, like, answers or conversation. He answers like a machine, not like a person.
But it's a machine with slight feelings.
With what?
Slight feelings.
No, he didn't have any feelings.
I know, but it felt like he would answer and he would respond like a friend would, kind of. But
well, when he gave him that advice, like, he was like, live a little, which is another reason why he probably lasted longer than a year. But then it gets to a point where you can only do so much by yourself. So.
And then part of that is he was trying to get into the captain's quarters. And do you remember what you said about those doors?
I thought it was weird because they had them like steel plated. Like, you couldn't, they were impenetrable.
Okay. But do you remember exactly what you said?
No.
There's something is fishy about those impenetrable doors.
Yeah. I mean, it is, but it turns out there wasn't, so. That was kind of sucky. I was hoping there was like some evil plot or some shit.
No, I just.
But I think it was you made sense where they were like, well, if it's like a hostile takeover or something, then they wouldn't be able to get in there, so they couldn't like kill the crew members or shit like that and take over the ship.
Yeah. So that's that. Like, it was really hard to get into. That's really great to know, because if that is ever going to happen in the future, hopefully they have that same situation.
Well, that's what plane doors are technically kind of the same. They can withstand every bullet, besides a 50 cal, but you obviously cannot get a 50 cal on a plane. So
I can probably get a bazooka.
No, you can't. For one, that would blow the whole plane up. So bazooka would work technically if you're trying to take the plane down.
Take off the whole front part.
But I'm talking about like bullet wise.
So he's like kind of slowly deteriorating at this point. And then I really liked something that the bartender said, Arthur. He says, worrying about where you want to be takes away the joy from where you are now.
Mm-hmm. And that's why he started partying.
Well, yeah, but that kind of is actually true in everyday life.
That's true with everyone.
Exactly. So
except rich people. But not all rich people are happy either way, so.
Sometimes money can buy you happiness, and sometimes it can't.
Most of the time it can't.
So keep that in mind, folks. Mm-hmm. Don't worry about where you want to be. It'll take away the joy from now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A little bit of, what is that, philosophy? Sure. Okay.
Words
that make sense.
So this is the point where Chris Pratt decides that he's possibly about to commit suicide. And so I have to bring up the concept of committing suicide in space. How do you think it would happen?
Well, it's supposedly extremely cold in space, so...
Right. But, like, would you die of freezing first, or would you die of suffocation, or would you just explode?
I think it's, like, all three. at the same time almost.
That would suck. How long would it take though? Do you think?
I think it's pretty quick because I don't know what the temperature is, but I know it's like way below negative or way below zero. So I think it's like damn near instant. Well, what is it when you like when you're in cold water? What is that? Hyperventilate? No. What is it?
Pneumonia?
No, when you're like in cold weather and your body starts to like feel like if you're cold, it feels like it's hot, so you start taking clothes off and then.
Oh crap! What is it called? I know it.
Stop.
That scared me. Don't tell me. Where your fingers can fall off. Not frostbite.
No, not frostbite. Well, it is frostbite for your fingers falling off, but no, not frostbite. Like that movie we saw when they're like stuck in the car for freaking 2 days and the guy died because he started to get whatever that is and he started taking his jacket and everything off. And then he...
Yeah. Hypothermia,
yeah. So it's probably like extreme cases of hypothermia in space.
But you don't have time to take off your clothes.
No, because it's like, boop.
Unfortunately.
I mean, I kind of want to look it up. Like, how... Because I'm pretty sure it's happened to people in space. And
they don't have time to take off their clothes, though.
No, I'm not saying. Like, the question you asked, like, how would you die in space?
There's a lot of movies out there where people, like, go, like, they drift off in space. And so...
Not movies. I want to look up facts.
And then you look up facts. I'm going to put my theory out there.
Okay.
And so how they drift off in space, if they have a suit on and they have oxygen, and they'll just drift off. And they are just, like, lost. And you can't do anything. And so they're pretty much at the mercy of their oxygen tank. And so that I feel like suffocation will happen first. Because, like, suits are supposed to be, thermalized, right?
Okay, so, sorry, I was reading.
You did not listen to me at all.
No. You were doing your theory, so I
put my theory out there. So, people, if you were listening, please let me know if my theory would be accurate.
Until I can look it up, and I was reading. Okay, so it says, in space, without air in your lungs, blood will stop sending oxygen to your brain. You will pass out after about 15 seconds. 90 seconds after exposure, you'll die to asphyxiation.
Asphyxiation. Can you read that again? I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
Of course you weren't. Without air in your lungs, blood will stop sending oxygen to your brain. You'll pass out after about 15 seconds. 90 seconds after exposure, you'll die from asphyxiation.
Asphyxiation. Okay. That makes sense, but that's not including all the other elements in space. So let's dumb that down. Freezing, -degree temperature, you can get frozen. Like, in Wisconsin, we had -60 Fahrenheit, and as soon as you walk outside, you could get frostbite, literally 5 seconds outside. So let's say it's that level, but probably worse. So let's give space the benefit of the doubt. It probably could murder somebody in 3 seconds.
How cold is it in space? According to data from Cosmic Background Explorer satellite, the temperature of space is 2.725 K, 2.725 degrees above absolute zero. So what is absolute zero now? She's getting like a learning experience from this.
Bill Nye, the science guy. What?
Okay, absolute zero.
Bill.
Absolute zero temperature at which thermodynamic system has lowest energy. It corresponds to negative 273.15 Celsius on a Celsius temperature scale and to negative 459.67 Fahrenheit on the Fahrenheit.
I was going to say negative 415. I was going to say negative 415 Fahrenheit when you said Celsius.
That's fucking cold.
Bring your mittens, folks.
Bring like 50,000 mittens. You just like this floating.
But your hands are warm.
Yeah, you're real warm.
But what I was saying that most cases your suit would be thermal.
Well, yeah, like that's why this suit is made of metal, and he was able to withstand that
and then
huge
I
blast
think the reason
of
why
flame.
he got frozen is because he had a hole in it.
Yeah, that's 100% why. You didn't see it. It was like temperature drop, and it had a little bitty hole. And I was thinking, I was like, why the fuck did he just take his hand and slap it on there?
He tried.
Because he had the shield in one hand, but he was probably like out of it. Because I mean, he did just get launched at no matter, I don't know how fast he was going. And then because his tether broke, I'm pretty sure it was a pretty strong tether. So he was probably going pretty damn fast.
So we're going to shift gears from science to romance. I loved the fact that Chris Pratt, Jim, I'll call you Jim. Can I call you Jimothy?
Jimothy?
It's from The Office. You don't understand it.
I don't like The Office. Continue.
Murder him. Anyway, so Jim, did you say stuff?
I didn't say anything.
I don't believe that. So Jim falls in love with this girl after he tries to commit suicide, and I feel like she was his saving grace because he's saw her and he's like, wow, dumbfounded. And so he had like a purpose after the fact that he tried to like kill himself. And so that spurned on his love because she technically was a savior. And then he learned about her, which is kind of creepy. He stalked her. Let's be honest.
He's there by himself.
He stalked her. And so then he read her profile. He watched her profile. And then he read her books. And it was just one thing after another. And so you know how creepy stalker people are? They go to the extreme sometimes. And he woke her up.
He did. Could you do that?
Yeah.
Knowing that you're technically killing this person in space?
If it was you, yeah.
I don't know how to take that.
Be flattered?
I don't know if you're saying because you want to technically slightly
but then I have,
kill
like,
me, or you're just saying that because you want me to live with you.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But I guess that's the best answer.
Mm-hmm.
Right on my...
Yeah. You write something down there. I mean, I think I would do it. I mean, you can only be lonely for so long. I mean, look at the movie Castaway. He had to make fucking beach balls to keep him company.
I think I would really last a very long time without interaction with people.
Maybe not.
I am happy by myself. I can... there's a study, I think it was for NASA. If you can last 100 days in total isolation, like you get food and shit, but like you would have no interaction with people. Like nobody lasted, and I was like, put me in that fucking cell. Let's go. Like,
do it.
I don't think they're doing it anymore.
Oh,
but seriously, people, I can last. Like, there's a TV show called Solitary. One of my favorites. This is back in 2005, 2004. Oh no. When I graduated, 2008. When I graduated, like right before I graduated college, I would watch it on Hulu. And Solitary, you're in this pod by yourself and you're competing against other people in pods, but you don't interact with each other. And you have these competitions where you go until you think somebody quit. And then you hope they quit. But if they don't quit, then you lose and you get kicked off the game. And so I would do very well with that.
Maybe. Do it.
I don't think
right now. Right meow.
Okay.
I wouldn't last. I don't.
You suck at being alone because you need entertainment.
I mean, if I can be alone and have video games, then I'll be fine. But if I'm just alone with like books in my mind, yeah, I'd probably go crazy.
5 minutes. I give you 5 minutes.
No, I'll say 30 seconds.
Pretty much. So he wakes up Jennifer Lawrence. Her name is Aurora, which I find funny because Aurora is a name of star constellation. Mm-hmm. And so that's really cute. That I like how the connection is there. And then...
And Jim is Orion's belt. I'm just kidding.
My dad and brother?
Well, yeah, I'm talking star related, babe.
Jimothy? Maybe.
I don't think so.
Anyway, so long story short, they fall in love, they have sex, blah, blah, blah. That's the romance. I like it. It's cute. And I feel like Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence go really well together.
I would say so as well.
They were a good match. That was a good match. That was good casting, people. And so then the stupid bartender, I think he got little vindication.
Yeah, because like as soon as
she said, we don't have secrets between each other, he was like, let me spill the tea.
Yeah, let me spill the beans for you then there, madam. And it's like he looked right at Jim or Chris Pratt when she said that, and he turns and looks back at her and he's like,
She doesn't know.
Maybe he thought
that he already told her.
He already told her, maybe.
Because he said, I will tell her, and then he may not. But I just want to think that little robot had a vindication against Jim. Because he was in love with Aurora.
He did. Well, no. I'm pretty sure he had no love feelings. But he did kind of show like an evil laugh or like grin right before he told her. I mean, but like he said, the freaking android doesn't have any emotions or feelings, so.
I don't know. Anyway, so Arthur decides to tell her about it, and then she freaks out. She gets depressed, blah, blah, blah. The captain wakes up because of a malfunction, and he's walking around. Love Lawrence Fishburne.
Super short part. He was in like 5 scenes.
Gus. And he had 612 problems with his body. So do I.
Yeah.
Yay.
You need that. You need that little machine thing.
And he had a really super short part. She's like, why can't I itch? And I really like him as an actor, and he's amazing. He had a super short part, but I'm glad that he gave Jim his wristband, so at least now he can get a decent breakfast.
Yeah, that is true. He can get like the gold star, platinum membership breakfast.
Stainless
steel. That was
funny.
After he woke her up and she's sitting here eating like this omelet with bacon and fruit and this and that. And what was he eating?
He was like eating a bar or something.
Like some oatmeal bar or some crap. And he's like, yeah, well, not everyone can get a gold standard breakfast.
She's like, I'm going to get you food.
He's like, no, I'm going to get, okay.
Because he had black coffee. I'm sorry.
That was hilarious as well.
Oh my God. That is so terrible.
They had like 12 rows or 12 options and the very last one.
16 options.
Or 16 options. Yeah.
4 and 4.
It was 3 rows of 6, I thought.
It was 4 rows of 4.
Was it? Oh,
anyway.
I'm thinking 3 of something. Anyway, but he had pumpkin spice and
vanilla latte.
Really, really good ones, like
vanilla
super
chai.
Good ones.
Oh my God,
what was the first one though? Was it? Because pumpkin spice was the second one.
I think it was a vanilla latte. I don't know. It was some sort of coffee.
I was trying to see what they put as number 1, but anyway, pumpkin spice was second though. I know that. I know that's a very popular one. I would drink that shit all day long. Pumpkin spice.
You're a basic bitch.
I am.
So they have a relationship. He tells him, blah, blah, blah. Then they, like, with the Gus around, they get back together, thank God. Well, not really, because they just have to work together to, like, solve the problems.
But then she realizes.
Oh, one thing that the Gus said to her, this is what I wanted to point out as well. I like some of the quotes in here, and it really, really, it kind of hits home. So, the drowning man will take someone down with him. It ain't right, drowning. But he's drowning. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of true in everyday life. It doesn't mean you're drowning. Like, so if somebody's having financial issues, they are just trying to have a hand up on something. They're trying to not be drowning. Mm-hmm. And so they may be more desperate. So if you have a friend who's struggling really bad and they're just screwing you over time and time again, maybe they're just drowning.
Maybe, or they could be screwing you over.
Just because dicks.
I mean, because Chris Pratt in the movie, I don't know him in real life, but in the movie, he was like a legit, like, good dude. I mean, because Jennifer Lawrence was like saying, no, fuck all these people. I want you back in here with me. You know, you're not going to get fucked up by this reactor flame. And he's like, well, there's 5,000 people on this ship.
But the thing is, everybody would have died. So it's either you save him for 5 seconds.
He was going with the saving basically the human race that's going to this planet, and she was like, no, fuck that. So he's a legit good dude in the movie, even though he woke her up. Technically, like, what if they would have hated each other? You know, what if?
I mean, they lived together for a year, so.
I mean, what if she was like not into men?
Oh my God, that would be hilarious.
Then what?
They need to do a remake. Remake.
She would have to like men, or.
So, question: how long would you have lasted in Chris Pratt's shoes? Realistically.
Well, for one, I'm not like a hardcore engineer like he is. He was a mechanic, and apparently a really good one.
You're a mechanic, kind of.
Yeah, but not. I mean, I guess you can kind of figure it out because I'm pretty sure they have. Anyway, I could probably figure it out. But I was thinking about, like, would I be able to make the choice of going out there and manually, having to hold the damn thing while that reactor. And it's like, if you were on there, I would do it. I would have to because, like, I'm not going to let both of us or all of us go down just because someone has to go out there and turn this freaking reactor door open.
The thing is, I would probably be out there.
No, you wouldn't. I would be out there. Or say if the dogs were on there.
They're not going anywhere near your spaceship.
I mean, I don't know if I would be able to, like, fully fill his shoes, but...
How long? I'm asking you a time frame.
I don't know. How am I supposed to
just
answer that?
Guess. Like, give me a number.
I would last until I fucking couldn't last anymore. He lasted a year. Actually, 2 years, technically.
No, 1 year, because then after the first year, he had her.
Oh, like until I woke up someone?
Yeah. Alone. How long would you last alone?
I already said it would be like 30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I'll be able to. I'm used to having people around all the time. Like, I'm not used to being by myself.
I feel like I do 5 to 10 years.
5 to 10 years.
I can entertain myself. I don't need people.
Yeah, you're on a ship, babe. There's, like, very limited. And plus, the ship was, like, breaking.
There's a basketball court. There is, like, all the stuff to do. I can entertain myself.
There was only 4 things to do. There was basketball, the dance-off thing, eating, the swimming pool.
I like eating.
So you would probably be, like, 1,000 pounds.
Probably. Or just work out a lot. Anyway.
Was there even a gym there? Yeah. She would jog around, like...
I'm surprised there wasn't a gym. I'm really surprised there wasn't a gym.
I don't think there was a gym.
Anyway, so at the end, she chose to stay awake because Jim offered to her to go to sleep. He offered a hibernation option where she could wake up with the rest of the crew, but she chose to stay with him.
She was in love already.
She was in love. He proposed. They're happy.
Even though he technically didn't.
Yeah. Ask the question, man.
I just wanted to give this to you for a long time. That's all he said.
And she's like, it took you long enough.
Yeah. But obviously they got married, and I wonder if they had any kids at all. So man,
I don't think so because nobody was wandering around that place.
Yeah.
But so what's your score? What's your rating? That was your movie.
Oh, I love that movie. It was I would say a 10. I almost teared up a lot of times too.
Oh, you little baby.
I teared up when the rough part was when she went into the room when he was asleep and started beating his ass.
I love that.
But that's also like a good scene as well because I mean, he technically woke her up to have her die, if, technically did.
He took her life away. Really.
Yeah, he took her life away. There we go. So, I mean, she was letting him know that, hey, fuck you, dude. And she started beating his ass. But anyway, I give it a 10. It was a good 10? Movie.
I'm going to give it a 9. Because I can't give 2 10s in a row.
I mean, you can. I can give all movies 10s.
But that's it. So, now we're going to move on to our topic of the episode. Moral dilemma.
Topic of the day.
Thank you. Okay, so we're going to talk about moral dilemmas, and you constantly don't know what it means, so I'm going to explain it to you. Mm-hmm. A moral dilemma is a conflict in which a person must choose between 2 or more actions, all of which they have the ability to do. There are moral reasons for each choice. No matter which choice you make, some will suffer. Excuse me. No matter what choice you take, someone will suffer or something bad will happen. In order to help you understand exactly what is meant by moral dilemma, we have provided some examples.
I mean, I get it, though, but...
Well, okay. You have to choose. These are your moral dilemmas. Well, and I'll answer too. So, first one. If you are out with your husband for dinner at a new restaurant you have not frequented before, it is in a part of a town you rarely visit. You are shocked to see your friend's spouse having dinner with a very young, attractive person. From the way they are behaving, it is obvious they are more than friends. The couple finish their meal and leave without seeing you. They behave very affectionately on the way out the door. What do you do?
Well, it was a friend?
It was your best friend's husband.
Best friend.
But the thing is, that's not really a moral dilemma. You tell your friend.
Yeah, it's not a moral dilemma.
Anyway, moving on. Okay, so that was a terrible one. It was on there, and then I was like, okay, these are really long. I didn't want really, really super long ones. I wanted like easy, like shorter ones. All right. Okay, here's a good one. You are an eyewitness to a crime. A man has robbed a bank, but instead of keeping the money for himself, he donates it to a poor orphanage that cannot afford to feed, clothe, and care for its children. You know who committed the crime. If you go to the authorities with this information, there's a good chance the money will be returned to the bank, leaving a lot of kids in need. What do you do? I mean, let the kids have it.
I would let the kids have it.
See, these are not, because we have no morals. We're just like, what's the better one?
I mean, it's like Robin Hood right there. You rob from the rich and give to the poor. So he's a Robin Hood at that time. So I would let the kids have it.
This is a harder one.
Okay.
Are you ready?
So far they haven't been. So.
Yeah. I guess it's progressive. I don't know. I just copy and pasted a lot of this shit. All right. You're involved in a 2-car crash on your way home to work one morning in which you accidentally hit and kill a pedestrian. Great job. It's not part of it. I just added that.
Yeah, I know.
As you get out of the car, you are intercepted by a tearful woman who seems to think that she hit and killed the pedestrian. You're not sure why she thinks she hit the person, but she is convinced. There's only you, the woman, and the person you hit on the road. There are no witnesses. You know that whoever is deemed responsible will probably be sent to jail. What do you do?
I mean, I did it, so I would take responsibility.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's hard. For me, it's hard. Because I don't want to go to jail. Maybe I would. I could be a good
You just talked about if you're in solitary, you would love it.
But I would go to jail with other people who are probably dirty.
No. You just shank someone in jail and you go to solitary.
Shink, shink.
And there you go.
All right, fine. I would be honest. She's such a drag.
You can't say fine, you be honest. It's like legit. What would you do? Like,
but that was that was a better one though. That was a good.
That was actually a more dilemma. Would you actually say that you did it, or would you pin it?
Ooh, here's a good one. All right. No, you don't get to read shit.
Well, that's rude.
Your family is vacationing. Hey! Ooh, I just yelled at this. Hey, stop it. Your family is vacationing alone on a private stretch of beach with no lifeguard. Your daughter and your niece, both 7, are best friends and eager to get into the water. You caution them to wait until the water calms some, but they defy you and sneak it in anyway. You soon hear screams of distress and find them both caught in a strong current. You are the only swimmer strong enough to save them, but you can only save one at a time. Your niece is very poor swimmer and likely won't make it much longer. Your daughter is a stronger swimmer, but only has a 50% chance of holding on long enough for you to come back to her. Who do you save first? Niece sucks at swimming. Daughter has a 50% chance.
Ooh.
Right?
I mean, obviously the daughter is of my blood, so...
Then you would just murder your niece.
I'm not murdering. I told the dumbasses not to go into the damn water, and they did. So this is the consequences. I would save my daughter first, and then go after my niece.
Okay.
I mean, even though my daughter has a 50% chance, but then I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I didn't get my daughter. So, and she'll probably haunt me for the rest of her life.
Maybe, maybe not. I don't think so.
How do you know that?
Well, we're going to have a son, so it doesn't really fucking matter.
No, we're not.
Oh, yeah, you're.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let me.
What was your answer? Why is it just me?
I would save the daughter.
Okay, then.
Sorry, folks. There's a lot of background noise today, but we have to live our lives. All right. So the next one. Let me clear my throat. You are an EMT on a scene of a car crash that involves your spouse. If I could talk right.
That never happens.
You know what? Shut up. Okay, so you're an EMT on the scene of a car crash that involves your spouse and the lover you didn't know he or she had. They are both gravely injured. Your spouse's injuries are the worst of them. You can tell it's unlikely they will pull through. Meanwhile, their lover has a neck wound that will prove fatal if pressure isn't applied soon. Whom do you choose to work on, if any?
This is very easy. Super easy. I had to think long and hard about it. I would save neither of them. I would walk the fuck away.
But you're an EMT. It's your job.
Ah, damn it. Then I would do the lover then.
Why?
Because obviously, possibly the lover did not know that the person they're messing with was already married. So I would save them because they obviously made the choice that they're married to me. We're like, oh, fuck that. I'm going to go with this person.
Okay. I would save the lover as well, but for different reasons. Because if it was you and I was an EMT and you had a lover on the side, which you would die anyway, and it would be by my hands and I would go to jail. But if I didn't know about it, why did you look away weird?
Because I already know and I'm just looking at them.
Oh.
There's no point in commenting. So.
I would save the lover because I have a shit ton of life insurance on you. Done. Wealthy.
Jesus. I mean, that makes sense.
Right? That's smart.
I wouldn't say it's smart. It's vengeful, but let you get money out of it. So.
Just off my shoulders.
And it wouldn't be your fault at all. So,
it wouldn't be my fault. It was an accident, which I would get more.
I wouldn't say you get more, but...
Yeah, there's like a stipulation. I think I get 100,000 more if it's an accident.
Oh. Like a car accident? Or
like
just
an accident, like a car accident? Like a car accident or anything that is deemed an accident. Like if something falls on you in a store or something. Like at Walmart.
Like Final Destination shit.
Holy shit, yeah. Anyway, yes, I do have life insurance on my husband. No, it wasn't recent. Yes, we've had it for a long time. I don't think I need to explain it anymore. I'm not going to kill him.
You never needed to explain
it.
Unless
he pisses me off more. All right, next one. You and your son are prisoners at a concentration camp.
Oh, that's fun.
Whee! It's like a day camp. All right, your son...
Is it like a park? That's wrong.
That is so wrong. We're both terrible people.
Yeah, we're terrible.
So sorry. Okay. So you and your son are prisoners at a concentration camp. Your son tried to escape, but was recaptured and sentenced to hang at the gallows. To send a message to all others who may try to escape, the guard orders you to pull the chair out from under your son.
Oh, yeah. Fuck no.
If you refuse, the guard will kill your son and another innocent person in camp. What do you do?
I am not pulling a chair on my son.
So you're going to kill your son as well as
No, I would try to fight those fuckers.
You're in a concentration camp. There's a bunch of guards around.
I don't care. Then they'll just shoot me and then shoot my son.
And then they'll kill a bunch of other people.
Okay. I am not pulling a chair on my son. Now, if it was like, we'll kill you and your son and like 1,000 other people, then I'm like, all right.
Sorry, son. Bye.
You're an idiot for trying to run, so my bad, bud.
Why were you dumb?
But just one other person? I mean, I'm sorry for the other person, but I mean, blood is blood. I'm not going to pull the chair on him, even though he's an idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably would have tried to escape with him, so.
You would both be on the gallows.
That's fine.
We can't change the synopsis.
I know.
As we whisper.
Penis,
Whispers.
We're in a library.
Somebody call an ambulance.
Ambulance.
All right, moving on. Last one. You are a doctor at a top hospital.
Damn it, you're so fast.
Do you really want to? You can read the last one, number 7.
Give me that shit. All right.
Struggle.
I was like 7. You were already on 7? You went those quick. Right? 7? Okay. You are a doctor at a top hospital. You have 6 gravely ill patients, 5 of whom are in urgent need of organ transplants. You can't help them, though, because there are no available organs that can be used to save their lives. The 6th patient, however, will die without a particular medicine. If I think that's supposed to be he or she dies, you will be able to save the other 5 patients by using the organs of transplant 6. Who is an organ donor? Oh, who is an organ donor? What do you do?
So number 6 only needs medicine. He doesn't need an organ to be served. But there's no medicine for him, so there's no cure. But if he dies, then the other 5 get saved.
It says the 6 will die without a particular medicine. So, but it doesn't say that
particular medicine.
Yeah. So, but it doesn't say if they have it or not. So I mean, if they have
just let them die.
If they have it, they can't let them die. It's like against doctor.
Hippocratic oath. Well, it depends on if they have it or not, because some hospitals don't have all
if they
all
don't
medicine.
have it.
If they don't have it, and be like, oh, we called for it. It should be here in a couple hours. Sorry, it's like Grey's Anatomy.
But only have 30 minutes.
Doesn't look great.
Well, are you an organ donor?
Awesome.
We are so evil. We're going to hell if we don't change our ways.
I mean, yeah, probably.
I mean, I'm pretty sure, okay, so I would...
Why do you need to step on me?
I would at least talk to that 6th patient. I'd be like, okay, here's the thing. So, you need a particular medicine that we don't have, and it will take X amount of time to get. And then I'll be like, but we have 5 other patients that need organs, and you're classified as an organ donor. So...
Donator.
So, yeah. Would you mind being a donator to these other 5 patients? I would.
Would you really, though? Because if you could get this medicine in, say, a few days, but there's no guarantee that you'll survive.
But I don't think this person has a few days. The 6th patient would die without a particular medicine. If he or she dies, we'll be able to save the other 5 patients.
Yes.
I mean, you need more.
No, because it's a moral thing. It's your hands. You're the doctor.
So it's basically saying that you have to
either sacrifice one to save 5, or sacrifice all of them, or sacrifice 5 for the one.
It's basically you gotta break your oath or whatever and not give this patient the particular medicine. Basically, is what it's saying. So it's saying that the medicine is available. You're just making a choice either to give it to them or not to save them or save the other 5 people. Right. Oh, jeez. But if you get caught, you can go to jail.
Oh, jeez.
And probably take the death penalty. So
I don't think that's a death penalty. They'll just be in jail forever.
And not be able to do a doctor again. So it's like it's your career or save 1 person or save 5 people. Technically, I would save the 5 people. If I go back and make sure there's no way that I can, get in trouble for this, then I think I would save the 5 people.
I think I would look into their lives and see which ones were awful.
How would you don't have time to do all that.
Facebook.
You don't have time to do all that. I would look into their lives. Where you can see their pasts.
No, just what they post. If they were super racist, no. If you're super racist, no. If you're super dickhead, no. If you post Trump shit, bye.
Jesus.
The 5 got knocked out and you get the medicine. Great job. Great job for not being terrible in everyday life.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
What if they're all terrible? Then what?
I'm sick.
I mean,
I'm sorry. There's so many terrible people out there, and I would need to know who each person was. If they were all decent people, that would be a hard decision. I would more than likely save the 5 compared to the 1. But again, that's against Hippocratic Oath. But if there's no such thing as Hippocratic Oath in this scenario, yeah, save the 5, kill the 1. But if I had time, if I had 2 days or something, I would look at each person and kind of evaluate who would be better.
Yeah, I would need more
and then
info.
If the 5 are way better than the 1 person who's a dickhead, who's racist, homophobic, I'm bye, flip you off.
Toodles.
And be thanks for your organs. Ah.
appreciate you, bud.
Hopefully not everybody becomes homophobic because of you. Great. Anyway, but that's my decision on that.
So there was only... So the daughter one was good.
There was
the EMT one was good. See, like, same thing with the EMT one. Like, if
the car crash.
Yeah, that's the EMT one.
No, that's that one. There's a car crash where you got in a 2-car crash and killed a pedestrian, and then the other person.
Oh, yeah, that one's a good one too. Like, same thing with the EMT one. Is like, if there was no, oath thing, like I had to, work on this person, I wouldn't fucking work on either one of them. I was like, deuces.
Anyway, so that's our episode. Sorry it went a little bit long today, but that hopefully entertained you.
The wifey.
We had a lot of fun conversations. I hope you enjoyed it.
See, I always enjoy them. And our dogs resting.
Sorry, there's a lot of background noise just because the puppies are playing. And it's been raining all week, so they don't get a lot of outside time.
They have not had any outside
so
time.
They just have been rambunctious. That's a good word for them. Anyway, so that was our episode. Next time we're not qualified. Mm-hmm. And I think we may or may not have a special guest, whether that person will. True. I'm not sure if she wants to or not. She kind of is unsure. But if she is here, that will be fun, and we will have a special guest because she's coming for my birthday. And we'll be recording. We're not qualified during that time. But overall, thank you so much. Make sure you guys write in for We're Not Qualified. You know how to do it. Go to the podcast, inforthenightpodcast.com, and then there's a contact us, and just send an advice request or any stories that you have. We will share it online. It's going to be fun. And then if you want to just email us directly, inforthenight69@gmail.com is our email. You can email us there, and we will get it, and we will read your story.
Or if you want to do we're not qualified something questions, then email as well. I don't know if you said that or not, but
send your advice questions.
Oh, okay. You said advice.
Overall, if we're here for you. We're your friends. If you like this podcast, please rate and review. Tell it to your friends, family, dogs, cats. If they can, use their little paws on your phone.
Mm-hmm. The little pads.
Their little toe beans.
Little toe beans.
Because that helps us out. We did raise our followers, which I'm super stoked about, and our downloads. And I'm waiting for it to hit a certain number before I say it. So it might take a little bit of time, but we will definitely say it. And if you really like the podcast and you want to become a Patreon, do it. Because I said so. We have merch. We have Patreon. We have everything for you. And we are here for you. So, other than that, that's it. That's it, folks.
Until next time.
And if we gave you a reason, we hope we gave you a reason to stay in for the night.
Peace out.